Well, I think I reread another book that I told you in my early 20s. I was working at all those bookstores. I was reading like crazy, and I read like I read all the classics and a lot of other books, and I just like read and then, I don't know. It's like now I forgot a lot of what I read, and I'm reading a lot of things that I don't recall reading before. But then as I said, I also have to recollect the various passages because I thought they were like picturesque or something, and it brings back the fact I read this entire book at least once. Sometimes I read them like twice. So I read this Frankenstein, the classic Mary Shelley book. It's uh, most popular because of that 19, I think it was 1931. Was it 1931 movie of the same title. Um, and yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of like this book is. It's kind of like the monster seems to have that like typical adolescent angst and Spade, where like he, kids at that age they blame their parents for all their problems, and they every problem they got they blame on their parents, and they're like they blame their parents for bringing them into a miserable world they don't want to live in, and they blame their parents for all their problems. This monster. It seems to be blaming Frankenstein for all his problems. So he goes on a campaign to make Frankenstein's life miserable because he feels like he's responsible for his misery. So he's paying him back. I guess also like well, he already started killing people by the time he suggested this, but he wanted Frankenstein to make him a girlfriend, and he started working on it, and then he like decided like no, because then there'll be two monsters running around killing people and wreaking havoc. So, and then the monster got really super pissed off at him then, and started killing all his friends and relatives and stuff, and enticed him into chasing him into the frozen wastes of the North Pole and everything. Pretty wacky story. The monster and creator like locked in this eternal mutual tormenting, hating each other and tormenting each other, and I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I read this book, and I think a lot of people say like she didn't actually write this completely on her own, but her husband, who I forget his name, but he was a famous, I guess, romantic poet or something, helped her with it, and I suppose it's possible. She wrote another book. I think it's called like something like The Last Man on Earth or something like that. So maybe if I had read that book, I'd get a better sense of like how much of this has your own personal fingerprint on it. Yeah, folks, sorry, I'm like really tired. I've been up for a long time, and it's been a pretty busy day, and plus I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, a lot of changes I gotta make and everything in my own life. But anyway, yeah, it's Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. Yeah, monsters, rawr. Okay, guys, see you next video.